Yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment, share, subscribe, like. Let's do it. Help us out. Also, if you guys got any topics or things you want him to cover on, please let us know. We're going to talk about a situation or a moment with his boy Tino. Tino, was that your homie or is this just?
No, we weren't homies, man.
Okay.
That's that right shit. That was second in command, vice lord, man. It's a fucking name Cosmo from Carson Warriors. I think he was Alcasi.
Okay.
But I think he's related to the Frank Rank family. I think it's Frank Rank and Wally Rank. They're the Rank families. But his name was Tino. Well, and by the way, if he's to your family's man, I don't know.
It's still going.
The Rank family shit, my little goat. But yeah.
So you and Tino got into it eventually?
Yeah, Flag Day. Matter of fact, it was Cosmo. Remember I told you, me and Cosmo, we had ours.
Yeah.
And so me and Cosmo had, this what I mean by, well, your word was your pack was your bond.
Yeah.
You mean? So remember I told you, we got shermed up later on, shit, fucking Silverado Park. The second round never happened.
Yeah.
The cool part about it, shit, man, when it came to the Flag Day, me and Tino, you know, we pulled up and shit like that, but me and Tino, we looked off, no words. Fine, we need fine. I want to hear from one person, and that's your second in command, was Tino. I mean, and there that's unfinished business I had with him. Tino was good. He was stand-up. Those days, like I said, a lot of stand-up there. I don't even know about these punk motherfuckers now. But stand-up, you don't mean like, you meant what the fuck you did. You went head up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He
was allowed to have one soldier go with him, and I brought mine. I brought Big Sal. So Big Sal is my fucking right-hand man, and he brought his. So I remember it's like when we got ready to squabbling with the in-between man and shit, the conductor shit was Larry Tuyasopo. So he took our handkerchiefs and shit like that, and after the fight and shit, he raised it up on the flagpole. So people knew who fought, because we fought on the other end of the school guard. That was Harbor City College. So what was that? Before I even did that shit, man, you know, the game, same thing too. You wasn't supposed to go ahead. No tackling shit, none of that shit. But remember I told you, Carson was known for like, they'll tackle you, pick you up, and body slam your ass.
Yeah.
And just beat the fuck out of you, wail on you, ground and pound your fucking ass. And my mind is real simple, not to stomp on you, not to kick, not to stomp on your ass. Because that's really, but what happens just like that. And that fight too was kind of hilarious because we got ready, the rules were there and shit like that. I remember he took off his jacket, I took off my trench coat and shit like that. And that time shit, I was wearing like a three-piece and shit like that, man. Fucking Navy, with like deep mid navy blue and shit like that with pinstripes. But I remember shit, I had my stations on and shit like that. I remember I opened my coat, shit like my fucking blade. I took my fucking Derringer out, shit, and my fucking blade, a little small little hatchet, baby. It fell out, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I like, oh, this is a fucking hatchet. What the fuck you worry about? Don't you carry a hatchet in your vest? What the fuck? So I go, so pull it out, my little small Derringer, put that out and shit, pull out the other fucking, correct, you know what I mean? Fucking moon knife. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I don't know when they pulled my switchblade out, put that on there and shit. Because they thought, I guess, they were Carson. They didn't know that kind of stuff. You know what I mean, get dressed, put your blades, carry your tools with you.
Yeah, I've seen you pull out the machete and the axe and the sledgehammer. I don't know what else you pull out at the clubs.
Yeah, people don't, look, man, these are tools you're supposed to have on you. You should have, I'm not telling you guys to do this kind of stuff, but at average, you should have like 3 knives on you. You should have 3 knives on you, at least a small fucking axe and shit like that, and a pick, you know what I mean? Just for your daily carry, you know what I mean? I'm not telling you guys to do that, you know what I mean? But growing up, that was my standard. If I left and shit, if I left with like, if naked, my naked would be like just 2 knives, you know what I mean? I didn't bring a gun that time, just 2 knives. But I'm walking around naked because I should have my gun, which I should have my blam blam. I should have my shotty with me. But other than that, you mean you rarely walk around with nothing, just butt naked. You mean? You only did that shit later on when a nigga like fucking them 19, 20 years old, because my hands were very fucking good then. And I didn't trip. And the Samoan part kicked in. You know what I mean? Samoans, I'll just take your whip and use it on you. You know what I mean? But all the ages between growing up, like 14, 16, 38, no. I still had that LA attitude and shit. You need this. You know what I mean? You know, my Samoa, in other words, I didn't sit in my Samoan skin yet. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, right? I didn't sit in my Samoan skin comfortably yet. But yeah, long story short, man, we started going again, stripping, getting ready to go and fight and go again, run into our parts. And the rules was no fucking grappling, no fucking tackling, and I was no fucking kicking or anything else. But what they don't tell you shit, after that shit, I pulled out ass fucking style for my 2 other fucking toys and shit like that. Threw one to him. I had one. He said, what the fuck? So what is it? It's a brass knuckle, motherfucker. It's a head-up fight. I'm not worried about you. You got it? Remember, we're just using hands. So you got brass knuckle, I got a brass knuckle. I don't got to worry about your brass knuckle. My job is to be there first. You know what I mean? And people didn't get it. If you're there first, why do I care what you have in your hand? You mean? Why should I care? Why would I care? It's like with a knife fight. Why should I care? You got a knife, I got a knife. I'm going to be first. All right. And that's what people don't understand. You understand that? As long as you know your tools, you're quick and you're fast, you don't worry about things like that. Right? Yeah, right? Yeah. Why? Because you're fast like that. You're quick with your hands. See that? 1 minute you're here, next minute, the blade, you mean here, you're there. See? Quick with your blade.
So how'd that turn out? Fucking brass knuckles, Jesus.
Oh, that fight right there, I hit him. I gave him the classic 1-2, but I went click, just to hit him with a jab, like 2 jabs to get him off. But he could not even deal with the 2 jabs. Oh, right. I threw 2 jabs, beep, beep, and his ass, my first one clipped him, plop, got his ass, like that, caught him a side face, cut him, and his ass could not stand. The second one, I caught his top of his head, he couldn't stand for it. The boy went straight for the tackle. And he already stopped there. When he went for the tackle and shit like that, I gave him the fucking elbow and shit like that, and we went down. And we went down, shit. I remember I put the elbow on the fucking back of his head, shit. I headbutted his fucking ass to the ground. I headbutted like twice. Boom. But I didn't get a clean headbutt. I got the headbutt on the top of the head and the side of the jaw. When I got the side of the jaw, same time I was grinding on his fucking face with my elbow. Yeah. And I remember still making those kind of because you do that shit to give you more strength. Yeah. Because your adrenaline's running. So I remember doing all that. Yeah. And that was just to keep my elbow on him. Yeah. And and then I did the dirty part, shit like that. I bit his fucking ear. So I bit the fucking side of the ear off it. I remember I tried to bite his fucking nose and fucking them South tackled me. He said, stop. So I went to bite his nose. I was gonna take that thing off. Then niggas tackled me off for that shit. But when they tried to push me up, I knew he was trying to do and shit. So when I got up, I managed to go and kick him twice. So that's what happened.
And that was it.
That was it. They broke it all up. And I busted him up. Busted him inside his nose, or the side of his ear, busted him inside his ear, and shit like that, and kicked him right there. Here I cut the side of his eye. But I got to give it to Tino. After that and shit like that, when you drank and shit like that, at least he knew he did wrong first. He said, you tackled. He tackled first. So he broke the rule. But I got to give it to him. We drank, and then he went and did it with his fucking homies and shit, and we left and shit. We ended up, man, playing football on top of the fucking, on top of the library and shit like that, inside the library. But that was it. I never had words with him ever since that. But that was it.
Whatever happened to that gang?
Carson Warriors?
Yeah.
Well, I never heard nothing out of them. The last time I was there, time with shit like that after 80, say 1980. I went back in again. When I came out, shit, I think they were around for a little bit, like 4 or 5 more years later. I never heard nothing else of them. I know I got to fight with his other leader was Daddy-O, which is another Goa. They're same family related to from Goa, Big Swan. And Daddy-O and shit like that, man, that's John Goa's older brother. Daddy-O shit, which is Little Toot's older brother too as well. And by the way, my little man to my whole family out there, Daddy-O and Little Toot, if you guys are alive still. Yeah, my local man, my wheel ko ainga man. All you guys, man, for my wheel. But yeah. But Little Toot, they use some Kopach. I think that was his name. His name is Kopach. But I never heard too much about after that. I know that the last one I remember was the little brother John. He turned to a hard head, bad motherfucker too at that time. Though, my little John Golf, you're out there, the youngster brother too. Out of all of them that I remember. But he was smoking sherm too. I think me and him we smoked. Me and him smoked a wet one in his fucking car and shit like that. But after that, I had no more contact with
Those dudes.
With those dudes, especially small words. But I got nothing but respect for them. The only other one, because I think the other one was that they told me it was Guard Small Words was fucking damn Ranger. But I thought Ranger was just fucking what's up, but it was Ranger. But other than that, I didn't met nobody else actually claim that. But that's it.
When you said in the last episode, you said you guys were in the Mustang, and you named off some names. Bullet, was that Bullet from West Side?
The original Bullet from the West Side.
Oh,
that was Jerry Hayes.
Okay, so
there's Jerry Hayes like that, and his other and his other brother shit that. But that was Jerry Hayes and shit like that.
Jerry Hayes, that's it.
And the other one was Eddie. His brother Eddie Hayes. But Jerry Hayes, but they were both related to I think it's Fangalito. I think it's Elizalde Fangalito, and that's Big Sal's family. The Hayes family.
Samoan. I was just tripping.
Yeah, they were known for those boys were known for dancing, but mostly man for making big radio ghetto blasters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, homemade ghetto blasters.
You
big ones. You put on your bike and shit like that, or you put them in the car.